Welcome to the Madison Miller Podcast. Today is Wednesday, February 25th, 2026. College basketball, NBA, NHL, soccer, golf, Survivor on this day, news and notes, and best bet. We'll start with college basketball. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to today. St. Francis over New Haven, 73-67. Number 21, Miami of Ohio over Eastern Michigan, 74-64. George Washington over LaSalle, 104-77. Washington over Rutgers, 79-72. Number 1, Duke over Notre Dame, 156. Number 11, Virginia over NC State, 90-61. Number 16, Texas Tech over Cincinnati, 80-68. Dayton over number 23, St. Louis, 77-62. Oklahoma State over West Virginia, 91-84 in OT. Northwestern over Indiana, 72-68. Marquette over Georgetown, 76-60. Western Michigan over Bowling Green, 88-79. Toledo over Northern Illinois, 79-69. Ball State over UMass, 74-73 in OT. Kent State over Central Michigan, 83-81. Akron over Buffalo, 99-85. Troy over Louisiana, 78-59. Marshall over Old Dominion, 97-88. Kentucky over South Carolina, 72-63. Coastal over Georgia State, 76-71. Moore State over Southern Indiana, 64-63. UIC over Bradley, 93-86 in double OT. Number 3, Michigan over Minnesota, 77-67. Arkansas State over Southern Miss, 89-84. Number 2, Arizona over Baylor, 87-80. Number 4, Iowa State over Utah, 75-59. Missouri over number 22, Tennessee, 73-69. Colorado State over Fresno State, 74-70. TCU over Arizona State, 90-78. Boise State over Wyoming, 72-62. Miami over Florida State, 83-73. San Jose State over Air Force, 86-80. Oklahoma over Auburn, 91-79. UCF over number 19, BYU, 97-84. Nevada over New Mexico, 67-60. And UCLA over USC, 81-62. All right, now we'll look ahead to today's games. We have a game this morning, 11 a.m., Bucknell Army. My line for this game is Army 2.8. It's 2.5, 141. I'll take the over. 6 o'clock, Morgan State, SC State. I have Morgan State 1.9, and it is Morgan State by, let's see here, 1.5, so 154.5. I'm gonna go with the under there. Wake BC, ACC Network. I have Wake 2.25. It's 4.5 and 144.5. I'll take BC in the points. The Citadel Furman. I have Furman 11.5. It's 15.5, 143.5. I'll take the points in the Citadel. 6:30 Oakland IU Indy. I have Oakland 9.5. It's 5.5, 167.5. I'll lay with Oakland. 7 o'clock NBCSN and Peacock. Number 15 St. John's. Number 6 UConn. I have UConn 3.7 and it's 5.5 and 144.5. I'll go over. ESPN 2 number 7 Florida Texas. I have Florida 3.5. 7.5, 159.5. I'll take Texas in the points. Big Ten Network Maryland number 12 Nebraska. I have Nebraska 12.7. And it's 16.5 and 139.5. I'll take Maryland in the points. SEC Network Georgia number 25 Vandy. I have Vandy 4 3/4. And 7.5, 163.5. I'll take Georgia in the points. ESPNU Illinois State Northern Iowa. I have Northern Iowa by 2. And it is 5.5 and 131.5. I'll take Illinois State getting the points. Lafayette Colgate. I have Colgate by 12. And it is 8.5, 146.5. I'll lay the points with Colgate. Lehigh American. I have American 5.3 at 6.5, 140.5. I'll take the over. George Mason St. Joe's. I have St. Joe's 1.7. It's George Mason 1 after 135.5. I'll take St. Joe's plus the points and minus 105 outright. Davidson Duquesne. I have Duquesne 3.8. And it is 3.5 and 142.5. I'll take the over. North Texas, Charlotte. I have Charlotte 2.3. And it is, let's see, North Texas 1.5, total 133.5. I'll take Charlotte plus 1.5 and minus 110 outright. So that's kind of a pick 'em. Holy Cross BU. I have BU 8.5. And it is 8.5, 142.5. I'll take the over. Fox Sports 1, Butler, Villanova. I have Villanova 10.5. And it is 9.5 and 146.5. I'll go over. Navy, Loyola, Maryland. I have Navy 8.2. And at 6.5, 146.5. I'll go over. Omaha, South Dakota, CBS Sports Network. I have South Dakota 1.2. It's Omaha 1.5 total 150.5. I'll take South Dakota plus the points and minus 102 outright. Detroit Mercy, Robert Morris. I have Robert Morris 3.5. And it is 8.5 and 150.5. I'll take Detroit Mercy getting the points. Wright State, Purdue, Fort Wayne. I have Wright State by 2. It's 1.5, 152.5. I'll take the over. Northern Kentucky, Cleveland State. I have Northern Kentucky by 5, and it's 8.5, 166.5. I'll take Cleveland State getting the points. Mercer and Western Carolina. I have Western by 0.3. It is Mercer 1.5 total 157.5. I'll go under. Wofford ETSU. I have ETSU 7.7. And it's, oh, it's the wrong game. Wofford ETSU. There it is. ETSU 7.5 total 151.5. I'll go over. Lipscomb, West Georgia. I have Lipscomb 3.25. 5.5, 154.5. I'll take West Georgia getting the points. Queens, Eastern Kentucky. I have Queens by 4. It's 2.5, 164.5. I'll go under. Evansville, Belmont 7:30. I have Belmont 19.5. And it is 18.5 and 151.5. I'll take the over. Tulsa, Tulane. I'll take blah. I have Tulane by 2. It's Tulsa 5.5 total 156.5. I'll take Tulane plus 5.5 and plus 220 outright. That's kind of the wrong team's favorite kind of deal, especially by the amount. True TV, Xavier, Providence. I have Providence 4.2. And there's 5.5, 171.5. That's a high total. I'm taking the under. Drake, Valpo at 8. I have Valpo 6.3. And it's 3.5, 147. FLA with Valpo. Indiana State, Southern Illinois. I have Southern 9.8. And it's 8.5, 146.5. I'll go over. South Florida, Rice. I have South Florida by 7. And it's 11.5, 157.5. I'll take Rice in the points. East Carolina, UTSA. I have East Carolina 1.1. It's 4.5, 152.5. I'll take UTSA in the points. ACC Network, Pitt, Stanford. I have Stanford by 6. And it's 8.5, 137.5. I'll take Pitt getting the points. Youngstown State, Milwaukee. I have Milwaukee by 1. And it is Youngstown State 1.5 total 147.5. I'll take Milwaukee plus 2.5 and minus 106 outright. Georgia Southern, James Madison. My line is JMU 5.7. It's 5.5 and 153.5. I'll take the over. U Monroe, South Alabama 8:30. I have South Alabama 18.2. 14.5 and 153.5. I'll lay the points. Central Arkansas, Austin P. I have Austin P by 9, and it's 4.5, 151.5. I'll lay the points with Austin P. 8:45 Bellarmine, North Alabama. I have North Alabama 5.25. And it is Bellarmine 2.5 to 147. I'll take North Alabama plus the points and plus 124 outright. 9 o'clock, Portland, number 9, Gonzaga. I have Gonzaga 19.7. It's 26.5, 150.5. I'll take Portland in the points. ESPNU Mid-State, number 17, Alabama. I have Alabama by 10. It's 7.5, 170.5. I'll lay the points with... Or, I'm sorry. Let's look at the wrong game. I'll take the points with Mid-State. ESPN 2, Texas A&M, number 20, Arkansas. I have Arkansas 5 3/4. It's 7.5 and 170.5. I'll take the under. Seattle Pepperdine. I have Seattle 4 1/4. And it is 7.5 and 146.5. I'll take Pepperdine. And the points. FS1 K-State in Colorado. I have Colorado 3.2. And 6.5, 163.5. I'll take K-State in the points. Big Ten, Ohio State in Iowa. I have Iowa 4.3. And it's 7.5, 141.5. I'll take Ohio State in the points. CBS Sports Network, UNLV Grand Canyon. I have Grand Canyon 3 3/4. 7.5, 159.5. I'll take UNLV in the points. Peacock, DePaul, Creighton. I have Creighton 5 1/4. It's 4.5, 142.5. I'll take the over. SEC Network, Ole Miss hosting LSU. I have Ole Miss 3.5. And it's 2.5 and 148.5. I'll take the over. 10 o'clock, San Diego, Oregon State. I have Oregon State 8.2. And it is 7.5, 142.5. I'll take the over. SMU Cal, ACC Network. I have Cal by 1/4. It's SMU 3.5 to 162.5. I'll take Cal in the points and plus 160 outright. 11 o'clock, ESPN Wazoo LMU. I have LMU 2.6. Wazoo 1.5 total 150.5. I'll take Loyola Marymount plus 1.5 and minus 102 outright. CBS Sports Network, Santa Clara Clarions. Or Santa Clara St. Mary's. I have St. Mary's 4.8. 5.5, 153.5. I'll take the over. Big Ten Network, Wisconsin, Oregon. I have Wisconsin 3.8. It's 5.5 and 152.5. I'll take the over. And last but not least, on Fox, responding to Utah State, San Diego State. I have San Diego State by 0.7. It's 1.5 and 146.5. I will take the over. Now we'll move on to the NBA. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight. And tonight there's only 6 games, and for a Wednesday, that's not a lot. Usually Wednesday there's 9, Tuesdays there's little. Okay, so Sixers over the Pacers, 135-114. Hawks over the Wizards, 119-98. Mavs over the Nets, 123-114. Thunder over the Raptors, 116-107. Cavs over the Knicks, 109-94. Hornets over the Bulls, 131-99. Bucks over the Heat, 128-117. Pelicans over the Warriors, 113-109. Celtics over the Suns, 97-87. T-Wolves over the Blazers, 124-121. Magic over the Lakers, 110-109. All right, 7:30 ESPN tonight, Thunder Pistons, big game. My line is the Pistons by a whopping 14 3/4. No SGA still for this. 10F, 219F, I'll lay it. Spurs Raptors, I have the Spurs 2 5/8. 7F, 229F, I'll take the Raptors in the points. Warriors Grizzlies, I have the Warriors by 3. 3.5, 226.5, over. 8 o'clock, Kings Rockets. I have the Rockets 17 5/8. 14, 221.5. I'll lay the points. Cavs Bucks. My line is the Cavs 5 7/8, and it is 3.5 and 222.5. I'll lay the 3.5 at Cleveland. And 10 o'clock, ESPN Celtics Nuggets. One of the best games of the year too. Oh my God, that's a great doubleheader on ESPN tonight. Wow, one of the better doubleheaders you'll see all year. My line is Celtics 3 3/8, and it is Nuggets 3.5 total 228.5. I think the wrong team's favored here. There's too many injuries on Denver. Give you the Celtics plus 3.5 and plus 128 to win the game outright. Hockey returns tonight. We will look at the slate, and I think it's a big one for a Wednesday. Usually their Wednesdays are actually no, it's not big. It's, let's see, 8. Yeah, that's not bad. 7 o'clock, Sabres Devils from Jersey. Devils minus 115. Sabres minus 105. Over under 6.5. Overs plus 110. Unders minus 134. Sabres plus 1.5 is minus 260. Devils minus 1.5 plus 205. Kind of a letdown for the Devils and Jack Hughes, I think. So I'm taking Buffalo minus 105. Flyers, Capitals. Caps minus 152. Flyers plus 126. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 122. Unders even money. Flyers plus 1.5 is minus 15. Caps minus 1.5 plus 168. Under even money. 7:30 TNT. Maple Leafs Lightning. Lightning minus 225. Leafs plus 184. Over under 6.5. Overs plus 106. Unders minus 130. Leafs plus 1.5 is minus 3. Lightning minus 1.5 plus 106. I'm going to go with the over at plus money. Plus 106. 8 o'clock. Kraken Stars. Stars minus 166. Kraken plus 138. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 105. Unders minus 115. Kraken plus 1.5 is minus 184. Stars minus 1.5 plus 148. I like the over. Avalanche Mammoth at 9. Avs minus 126. Mammoth plus 105. Over under 5.5. Overs minus 138. Unders plus 112. Avs minus 1.5 plus 194. Mammoth plus 1.5 is minus 250. Like the under at plus money. 10 o'clock Jets Canucks. Jets minus 128. Canucks plus 106. Over under 6.5. Overs plus 106. Unders minus 130. Jets minus 1.5 plus 190. Canucks plus 1.5 is minus 245. I'm going to go over with this one as well. Plus money. TNT. Golden Knights Kings. Kings minus 160. Golden Knights plus 132. Over under 5.5. Overs plus 102. Unders minus 124. Vegas plus 1.5 is minus 10. Kings minus 1.5 plus 190. Or plus 168. Are they getting that much favoritism because of Panarin? I like Vegas plus 132. And 10:30 Oilers Ducks. Oilers minus 126. Ducks plus 105. Over under 6.5. Overs minus 152. Unders minus or plus 124. Oilers minus 1.5 plus 172. Ducks plus 1.5 is minus 215. I'm going to go with the Ducks as a home dog at plus 105. Okay, now I'll move on to soccer. We'll go over the results from yesterday and look ahead to tonight and tomorrow. I think we have Conference League and Europa League tomorrow, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll find out. All right, yesterday, Champions League. Atletico Madrid over Club Brugge 4-1. Madrid advances 7-4 in aggregate. Leverkusen, Olympiacos in the draw. Leverkusen advances 2 in aggregate. Bodo Glimt over Inter 2-1. Bodo Glimt advances 5-2 in aggregate. Newcastle United over FK Karabakh 3-2. Newcastle advances 9-3 in aggregate. ELC. Bristol City over Blackburn 2-1. Hull City over Derby County 4-2. Borough Leicester City 1-1 draw. Swansea City Preston North End 1-1 draw. Ipswich Town for Watford 2-0. West Brom Charlton 1-1 draw. Wrexham over Portsmouth 2-1. Southampton over Queen's Park 5-0. Libertadores Carabobo over Huachipato 2-1. Carabobo advances 3 on aggregate. Independiente Medellin Liverpool 0-0 draw. Independiente advances 2-1 on aggregate. Sporting Cristal 2 de Mayo 0-0 draw. Tied on aggregate. Sporting Cristal advances 5-4 on penalties. CONCACAF Nashville over Atletico Ottawa 5-0. Nashville advances 7-0 on aggregate. LAFC over Real España 1-0. LAFC advances 7-1 on aggregate. Premiership Dundee United Aberdeen 0-0 draw. So we pretty much touched on everything other than the night stuff. Calm the ball 5 o'clock. Bahia and O'Higgins. O'Higgins leads 1-0 in aggregate. I'm going to go over 2.5. 7:30 Argentino Juniors and Barcelona SC. Argentino Juniors leads 1-0 in aggregate. Going over 2.5. Botafogo and Nacional Potosi. Potosi leads 1-0 in aggregate. I'm going to go under 3.5 for this one. All right, a couple CONCACAF, 7 o'clock tonight. FS2, FC Cincinnati, and Universidad O&M. Just pulling it up. So 7 o'clock. Cincy minus 4,000. Universidad's 55-1. The draw's 18-1. We're gonna go under 4.5 goals minus 108. 9:30 FS2. Vancouver and Cardigans tied on aggregate. Vancouver minus 1250. Cardigans 27 to 1. The draw's 9 to 1. I'm going to go over 3.5 goals minus 104. And 11:30 Fox Sports 2, Galaxy and Sporting San Migueletto tied on aggregate. Galaxy minus 900. San Migueletto is 18 to 1. The draw 7 to 1. I'm going to go with over 3.5 goals at plus 108. And then a friendly tonight, 9 o'clock, Mexico and Iceland. Mexico minus 425. Iceland's 9 to 1. The draw's plus 470. We're going to go over 3.5 goals plus 144. You know what? I'm not going to pick these games. It's just because of time. Europa League tomorrow, 12:45. Ferencváros and Ludogorets. Red Star Lille, VfB Stuttgart Celtic, Victoria Plzen Panathinaikos, 3 o'clock. Bologna SK Brand, Celta Vigo, PAOK Slavia, Nottingham Forest Fenerbahce, Racing Gang, Dynamo Zagreb. Conference Week 12:45. Fiorentina, Jagiellona, NK Celje and Drita, Rakija Amania, Samspor, KF Shandija, 3 o'clock. AC Alkmaar FC Noah, Crystal Palace Zrinski Mostar, Lausanne Sports and Sigma Almalik, and Lech Ponzin and KPS Quapo. Pro League 2 o'clock. Alpha Italian, Damak and Al Raida and Al Ali. And the rest of the stuff's at night tomorrow. So there you have it for soccer. Now we're gonna do golf. I'm not gonna do the tee times. I'm just gonna do my pick. That's only because I don't have a lot of time today. The Cognizant Classic. I'm going to go Will Zalatoris 35 to 1. I'm just going to throw a dart at that to win the Cognizant Classic. Will Zalatoris 35 to 1. So that is an interesting pick for sure. I haven't touched him in a while. Okay, tonight is the season premiere of Survivor 50. We have been waiting a long time for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. Survivor 50 in the hands of the fans. There's 24 players, which is a lot for Survivor because it's usually 18 or 16. Yeah, it's usually 18 and then 3 tribes of 6. Now it's 3 tribes of 8. All right, so the contestants from KL Wrong, Game Changers, and Edge of Extinction, Aubrey Bracco on the Vatu tribe. Also on the Vatu tribe, 31 years old, Germantown, Tennessee. From Survivor 46, Quintavious Burdett, a.k.a. Q. On the Kalo tribe from Boston, Massachusetts, 27 years old, Survivor 46, runner-up, Charlie Davis. Welcome back, Charlie. So those 2 players were on 2 years ago. On the Sela tribe from Macon, Georgia, 41 years old, from Edge of Extinction, Rick Devins. On the Vatu tribe from Austin, Texas, 51 years old, the Australian Outback, All-Stars and Heroes and Villains, Colby Donaldson. So this is his 4th time back. He was the runner-up on the 2nd season of the show, and he lost to Tina. But he was one of the better old-school players. On the Kalo tribe from Los Angeles, California, 34 years old, from Survivor 46, Tiffany Irvin. That's 3 players from Survivor 46. That was a good season. So Charlie and Tiffany are on the same tribe, so that's cool. The Sela tribe from Jersey City, New Jersey. 54 years old. Survivor Panama. Survivor Mika Rizna, Fans versus Favorites. Heroes and Villains. And Game Changers. So Game Changers was season 34. Heroes Villains was season 20. Panama was 12 and Micronesia is 16. This is the 5th time that this player will be back. Siri Fields. Also on the Sela tribe from Laurel, Maryland, 30 years old, from Survivor 45, Emily Flippin. Really good player, Emily. So that was 2.5 years ago. Vatu tribe from Brooklyn, New York, 31 years old. Survivor 48 winner, Kyle Frazier. On the Kalo tribe from the Villages, Florida, 54 years old. From season 35, Survivor Heroes versus Healers versus the Hustlers, Chrissy Hofbeck. On the Sela tribe from Tallahassee, Florida, 39 years old. From season 37, David versus Goliath, Christian Hubicki. On the Sela tribe from West Sacramento, California, 45 years old, from Survivor 48, Joe Hunter, who probably should have won that season. On the Kalo tribe from Foster City, California, 31 years old, from Survivor 48, Camilla Carthagisu, who was buddy-buddy with Kyle in that season and really made a name for herself. On the Vatu tribe from San Diego, California, 35 years old, from David versus Goliath, Angelina Keeley. So Angelina and Chrissy reunited, but on different tribes. On the Vatu tribe from Dundon, Florida, 45 years old, from Survivor Palu, that's the 10th season, Guatemala, which was the 11th season, so she was back-to-back. And Heroes and Villains, which is the 20th season, Stephanie LaGrossa Kendrick. On the Sela tribe from Woodland, California, 47 years old, from the very beginning of the Moreno season and in the All-Stars season, which was the 8th season, Jenna Lewis Dougherty. On the Sela tribe from Atlanta, Georgia, 31 years old, Savannah Louis, your reigning champion from this past season, who was the best player and deserved to win Survivor 49. She was fantastic. Is she on the same tribe as Kyle? No, she's on the same tribe as Joe. So that's interesting. Also on the Sela tribe from Guanajuato, Mexico, 43 years old. From Cook Islands, which was the 13th season. Micronesia, which was the 16th season. South Pacific, which was 23, and Game Changers, which was 34. Oscar Ozzy Luth. On the Vatu tribe from Winnipeg, Manitoba, 34 years old. Survivor 47's Genevieve Mushalik. Genevieve, one of the better players from 47. Could have won. Kalo tribe from Miami, Florida, 28 years old. Survivor 45 winner, Danielis D. Valadares. So welcome back, D. So D and Camilla are on the same tribe. That's interesting. On the Vatu tribe from Yonkers, New York, one of the younger players in this game, 25 years old, Rizzo Velovich. You know how I feel about Rizzo. But I think, I gotta be honest though, he grew on me as last season went. From the on the Kalo tribe from Susanville, California, 53 years old, from Tonkintons, which was the 18th season, Heroes and Villains, which is 20, South Pacific was 23, Benjamin Coach Wade. From the Honolulu, Hawaii, on the Kalo tribe, 54 years old, on David versus Goliath, the 37th season, Mike White. And last but not least, on the Kalo tribe 32 years old from Gulf Shores, Alabama. Survivor 42's Jonathan Young. So, it's going to be a fun season. Great cast. And there's a lot of people that were in play to come back. But they didn't make the cut. I have a pick for the winner. This player I think should have won his season. This person's gone through a lot in his personal life. And I think that he and his family deserve the money. He's a selfless man. I almost said selfish. Selfless man who's a family man, loves his wife. He had a BFF on the season with him, but is not in this season. They didn't pick the BFF. And I'm referring to Joe Hunter. I think Joe Hunter's going to win. I'm rooting for him. And the friend I'm obviously referring to is Eva, who didn't make the cut. And I'm sure Eva's going to be home rooting Joe and Kyle and Camilla on. And the funny thing is that they're all in separate tribes, which is very interesting. And in the 46 group, Tiffany and Charlie are on the same tribe, so that's kind of funny. And they broke up the 48 people. And there's Savannah and Rizzo on the same tribe. Rizzo's on Vatu, and Savannah's on Sela, so they're separated too. And I think it's going to be a great season. Obviously, should be a 2-hour premiere tonight. If I had to make a guess who gets voted off, God, this is a loaded group. Okay. I'm going to say the Vatu tribe goes to tribal. So Rizzo will be in tribal, but he won't get voted out. Neither will Kyle. I think the first person to go is going to be Angelina. Just blind guess. No inside entail. Just a blind guess. So there you have it for Survivor. Now move on to On This Day. We're just going to do it really quickly. Brought to you by All Sports News. You can find that on Instagram. All right, 2013, Tom Brady signs 3 years, $27 million extension with the Patriots. So he was only making $9 million a year. That's such an underpay. 2019, Golden Knights acquire Mark Stone. 2025, Diana Taurasi retires. 2017, Jets release Nick Mangold. Rest in peace. 2018, Russia wins gold in men's hockey. 2015, Patrick Kane out 3 months. 2015, Josh Hamilton had drug relapse. 2020, Luis Severino undergo Tommy John surgery. 2017, BYU upsets #1 Gonzaga. I remember that. And Gonzaga was undefeated at the time as well. 2016, Nets buy out Joe Johnson. 2019, Predators acquire Mikael Granlund. And 2019, Aaron Hicks signed 7-year, $70 million extension with the Yankees, which was a terrible extension by them. So there you have it for On This Day. Now move on to news and notes. So LSU already made an offer to an 8th grader as he's already scouting 2030 class of 2030 talents. Michael Jordan denied Black Mamba idea as he turned down Nike's campaign that Kobe would later adopt due to fear of snakes. Wow. James Harden, the play through injuries, he reports that he won't be getting surgery for thumb fracture. And he's questionable tonight against the Bucks. Or he was. Jalen Suggs didn't play last night against the Lakers because of a back injury. Jalen Johnson got ruled out against the Wizards with the hip flexor. Joel Embiid came back last night against the Pacers. Jonathan Kuminga played last night against the Wiz. Drew Aller to throw at the Combine as he's recovered from season-ending ankle surgery. The Lakers hired Tony Bennett as a draft advisor to Rob Pelinka. So that's interesting. Andy Dalton has trade interest as the Panthers are getting calls about Andy Dalton. Bears linebacker Tremaine Edmonds granted permission to explore a trade. Malik Willis may get $30 million a year as teams believe it's a foregone conclusion he gets a major back. That's ridiculous. He should be making like $8 million a year. NFL adds more London games. Jags will play 2 home games in London. Commanders will play 1. Brandon Beane says that Keon Coleman will have every chance to turn things around despite maturity issues. Team starting Brian Thomas Jr. as the Jaguars have made no indication that they'll trade him. 49ers unlikely to trade Mac Jones as something fairly strong would have to come along for them to consider it. Kyler Murray and the Cardinals GM haven't spoken. Source refutes Monty Ossenfort's claim that he spoke with him this offseason. The Cowboys offered Brandon Aubrey $7.5 million a year. Sean Payton announces Davis Webb will take over play calling next season. Sidney Crosby put on IR with the lower body injury he suffered at the Olympics. You knew it wasn't good. The NFL may make a rule change as the league is exploring a number of adjustments if the CBA agreement isn't reached. U.S. Canada sets a TV record as the gold medal game was the most watched sporting event to start before 9 a.m. Eastern. So that's crazy. But it shouldn't be surprising, though, either. So there you have it for the news and notes. Best bet of the day brought to you by FanDuel. This is hard because I've been in such a bad funk. I lost my first 2 this week. I lost a couple last week. So for best bet, I am going to go with the big game. But then again, Jaylen Brown might not be playing. I really don't want to bet the Celtics. That'd be moot point. I'm looking at college basketball now. Tulane's interesting plus the points against Tulsa. Kansas State against Colorado. SMU Cal. It's another interesting one. So let me check NBA one more time in case there's something. Yeah, this is probably one of the harder best bet choices I've had to make. And I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to go Cal. So we'll go Cal 3.5 at home against SMU. So there you have it for the show. I'll be back tomorrow recapping everything. Look at everything tomorrow as well. Hope you guys have a great day, everyone.